So DJ, you mentioned in your Sunday Rewind column that you would be upset if Conley wasn't ranked this week in the state rankings after the win over La Vega, and I think that's a fair statement. But our friends at Dave Campbell's Texas Football Magazine, texasfootball.com, they overlooked the Cadets again. They're not in the top 10. You saw Conley up close against a really good team. Is this a team that can make it, to December?
They've got some things that they got to patch up for sure. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like I definitely expect to see them in the playoffs. And like I said, that game, I got caught up in it, which, like La Vega comes out at halftime and it's just bang, bang. Oh, you're going to score on us? We're going to score on you again. I think there was 3 drives where it was like La Vega goes in real quick, scores. Conley comes out. Jelani McDonald, carried the Cadets on Friday, but he goes in and kind of charges through and gets them back on the board. And then La Vega comes out and in like 2 plays scores again. It was like this really incredible pass by Robert Prescott and then just a run into the end zone. So it was a tough game I was preparing myself to go hunt down Coach Hyde to try to get him for post game because it was that close. But, that last quarter, it was like something clicked in Connally and something kind of switched off in La Vega. And like the Cadets just made it. And so, like I said, there are some things they got to clean up. They got, in my opinion, way too many fouls and penalties, specifically in the first half. There were some, missed tackles, and obviously Bryson Rowland is an incredible running back and got a little banged up there in the second half. And I think that was part of what kind of killed the vibe for the Pirates. But, they had plenty of people to come in and step in. I think if they can just, iron out a few things, they're definitely going to be a team in contention in December.
Cool. What do you think, Chad?
Yeah, I was just, as DJ was kind of going through that, I was thinking about, it was the 2019 Conley team that went undefeated in the regular season and ended up going like 12-1 that year. And, I guess Kobe Black was an actual little brother, but you have a lot of like little brother types, that saw probably guys in their community that were part of that team and saw them get that done. And for them to start to gain some momentum and have had a taste of that, be it secondhand 3 years ago, I think that probably is a real driving force for them, knowing that they can do that. And it has to help their feelings. This is a weird thing to bring into it maybe, but it has to help their feelings that China Spring has gone up to 4AD1 so that they're maybe kind of the power broker in that district now.
Yeah. Obviously you still have Salado to contend with, but I think you're right. I think China Spring being so close and coming off a state championship, I think that they, might have looked at them sort of like they have often looked at La Vega as that big brother. DJ mentioned that, it didn't start out so great in that game for Conley, but the way that they came back and beat a team that has, been their nemesis, been kind of the team that had their number, to me, that's a game that can have lasting benefits down the road. That's basically like a playoff type game. And so that really should help Conley. In terms of the state rankings, I just pulled them up. And so you've got the likes at the top of the 4A D2 poll. You have some teams in the state of Texas that everyone knows, like Carthage and West Orange Stark and Cuero and, these type teams that if Conley got in a game with them, they're going to be favored, and understandably, they win a lot. They're always there. At the bottom of those rankings, though, are some other teams like Belleville and Glenrose and Silsbee. Now, Glenrose beat one of our teams this past week pretty handily, Gatesville. And all these are good teams. But to me, those are the teams that I would maybe take Connally in a game over the likes of a Belleville or a Glenrose. I mean, talent-wise, they're going to be right there stacking up with them, if not more talented.
But Brice, you voted in enough polls to know it's hard to knock a team out that wins.
No, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. You need some teams at the bottom of those rankings, or even at the top of those rankings, to lose a game, and it basically opens up a spot. And then people are like, okay, who do I put in here? Oh, Connally got a big win over La Vega. Maybe, we slide those guys in there. So
right.
I think eventually these guys are going to be ranked. And as far as making it to December, which obviously was my original question, which, Chad and I have always said, you can get to Thanksgiving week in Texas high school football season, you've done something. And then, if you get to December, that's the next week, but, you've really done something, because you're pretty deep into the playoffs at that point. In terms of making it there, part of it is just going to be matchups and how the bracket breaks, if they can avoid like a Carthage or somebody in the second round or whatever, so we'll see. I haven't looked at the bracket, how it might fall, but certainly Connally is looking up for sure.